on to win a major race like the Jockey Club Gold Cup.
Feels like it. He was a big horse and a distance horse. And here's what you're talking about is Bold Forbes, as Cordero's sort of surveying the situation. At this point, it almost looks like Richie's going to rate him.
Yeah, and you think it looked like he might decide to try to put him in behind horses, but then he just thought better of it. Kept him a bit wide, and sometimes horses get a little lost out there, Andy. And then once he saw that he was going to be able to clear, then he dropped his head and went on. But he basically got him to settle down that first quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting. You could almost say he rated him along to get the lead, even though he ends up on the front end. And this served him well going forward. I mean, wiring Honest Pleasure, for people that don't remember it, Honest Pleasure, I think he had gone the 1 1/8 and 146 and change down in the Flamingo and won the Flamingo and Florida Derby by huge margins.
Yeah, and then he went to the Bluegrass and was tried to be rated there, and he won, but he kind of resented it. By the time he got to the Derby, I think he was a bit over the top, where Bold Forbes was an iron horse. I mean, think about what he did. Wins the Bayshore, ships to California, runs there, ships back for this.
It was amazing. And Lasbrera used to do that. You know, he did it with Affirmed. Affirmed won 2-year-old races during his 2-year-old season in New York. He went to California, won the Hollywood Futurity or Preview or something. Then he came to Saratoga and won 2 stakes up there. Laz wasn't afraid to ship. The cavalry's coming, but Bold Forbes, Richie, held him at bay.
Well, and the thing about it is, you're watching him run, he doesn't look like he's flying, but actually he's really flying. 23-1, 46, 9-4, 1 mile and 34-2. This was a seriously good horse.
No question about it. This was an amazing racehorse and an amazing performance. Dave Johnson coming up the call.
They're in the final furlong. Bold Forbes has the lead by 4. Sunkisser on the inside and on the slide. Past the 16th pole. Bold Forbes going easily in front. On how Cordero Jr. guides Bold Forbes.
I got a couple things. First of all, that's the first year of the inner track, Richie. It looks so fresh inside that main track. Who beat Bold Forbes in what might have been his last career start, the last one I remember, in the Vosburg later that fall?
My Juliet.
Pretty good. It's tough to fool the MIG, but I tell you what, it's a memorable one for my first Wood Memorial, watching Angel.
As I said, they like to stay off the rail because it's not the best going, and they don't want a horse to stumble or anything to happen in the gate. Now, I talked with Tom Wagner, the starter here, and he said all these horses will be handled. Now, they do this, have an assistant starter in there, just on the chance that the horse might be moving his head or something.
There goes Honest Pleasure in. Nicely, smoothly, the number 5 horse. The number 6 horse, Amano, now goes in. To track announcer Chick Anderson for the call of the Derby.
That's close. And they're off. Bold Forbes breaks for the lead with Elocutionist alongside. Honest Pleasure is third in the center of the track. Then up on the extreme outside is Kojak. They're in the stretch. Bold Forbes the leader by a half. Honest Pleasure drawing alongside. Then it's Amano now taking third. Elocutionist on the rail is fourth. Kojak is now fifth. This son plays the red in Karoka, and the trailer is on the slide. They move into the turn. Bold Forbes the leader, leading by 2 lengths. Honest Pleasure has second by 2.5. Mono in third by a length. Elocutionist fourth by a half length. Up on the outside is Kojak. Between horses play the red. Then a gap of 2 more to This Son and Inca Roca. And the final horse is still on the slide. On the backstretch, Bold Forbes the leader, now opening it up to 4 lengths. Then it's still Honest Pleasure second by 2.5. Amano is third by a head. Elocutionist fourth by a head. On the outside, Play the Red is fifth. Kojak is now sixth, a gap of 2. On the slide begins to move up with This Son, and the final horse is in Karuka. Moving on to the turn is Bold Forbes still the leader, leading by 2 lengths. Honest Pleasure beginning to cut into the margin, second a length and a half. Amano is third by a head, Elocutionist fourth by a head, Play the Red fifth on the outside. On the slide moves up and now 6 over 6. Then Kojak, further back is This Son and in Karoka. The head of the stretch, Bold Forbes the leader by a half length. On the outside, Honest Pleasure draws alongside, and now he challenges. Elocutionist getting through along the rail, is in a drive. Then it's Amano further back on the slide, gaining. Coming to the wires, Bold Forbes the leader with Honest Pleasure driving. It's Bold Forbes and Honest Pleasure. They're going to come to the wire together. Honest Pleasure the outside, Bold Forbes on the inside. Honest Pleasure, Bold Forbes. Bold Forbes passing to come to the wire. At the finish, it will be Bold Forbes. He wins it one length. Honest Pleasure is second. Elocution is third. Amano fourth. On the slide, fifth. Kojak sixth. Incaroka seventh. Play the red. And the final horse was Vista. Bold Forbes has won the Kentucky. Because I think this is a speed duel. When Elocutionist, Kojak, Bold Forbes, and Honest Pleasure all could go out for that lead. Honest Pleasure, the last one in, and they're at the post. And they're standing good. It looks like Eddie Blind has them set, and they're off. Bold Forbes goes for the lead in the center of the racetrack, and it's Kojak down on the inside. He's going to show that speed today. Honest Pleasure third on the outside. Elocutionist is now fourth. Life's Hope drops into fifth and play the red. Here they come. Bold Forbes and Honest Pleasure. What we expected as they go into the first turn. Bold Forbes has the rail and the lead by a head. Honest Pleasure is up alongside, and he's challenging the lead early today. Bold Forbes a little bit wide as they went into that turn. Tucked in closely is Kojak, who is now third. Then there's a gap of 5 lengths back in Elocutionist. Play the red. Life's Hope's the final horse. They're going to the backstretch now, and Bold Forbes establishes the lead by a length and a half. Then it's Honest Pleasure, second by 1. Kojak hanging right in there third is just a length back of Honest Pleasure. Then it's a gap of 5 lengths on back to play the red and Elocutionist. And Life's Hope, who is now driving, is being ridden by Sandy Hawley to make up that ground. They're going for the turn, and it's still Bold Forbes. He's got it a length and a half. Honest Pleasure is second by 2. Kojak still's got third. Play the Red's coming on now. Here's Play the Red going through along the rail. Elocutionist and Life's Hope, and they're all going to punch. This may be a horse race from here on in. Still Bold Forbes, however. He's got it by a length and a half. Honest Pleasure is second by 1. Kojak third ahead. Play the Red fourth ahead. Elocutionist fifth on the outside, and Life's Hope is the trailer. They're at the head of the stretch. Still Bold Forbes, and they've got to get him. Bold Forbes is leading it by a length and a half. Play the Red gets through along the inside. Honest Pleasure has dropped back to third, and it looks like he won't get there today. And Play the Red has got him on the outside. Here's Elocutionist. I believe he's going to win it. Elocutionist on the outside comes on and puts ahead in front. It's Bold Forbes holding on, and Elocutionist has it as they come for the wire. Elocutionist driving out to the lead, moves out 2.5. Then Play the Red is second a half length. Bold Forbes in third. At the finish, Elocutionist, a surprising 3.5 length winner. Play the Red is second. Bold Forbes third. Further back, Kojak, then Honest Pleasure, and finally, Life's Hope.
And they're off. And on the outside, Majestic Light, there goes Bold Forbes on the far outside. Bold Forbes gets the early lead as Best Laid Plans moves up to challenge. A gap of a length and a half, and Quick Card is now racing third. Aeronaut on the inside is fourth. Majestic Light racing fifth. Play the Red sixth. Close to Noon on the outside is seventh as they move around the clubhouse turn. It's Bold Forbes racing far away from the rail, in front by 3 lengths. Best Laid Plans second at this point by 2. Aeronaut along the rail is third by a head. Quick Card is fourth at this point. Play the Red on the outside is fifth a half. Majestic Light is sixth by 5 lengths. Close to Noon is seventh by 2. Mackenzie Bridge racing eighth, followed on the inside by Molyneux in ninth position. And on the outside, Great Contractor is 10th as the field straightens away down the backstretch, and that's Bold Forbes in command by 7 lengths. Best Laid Plans second at this point by 4. That's Play the Red racing third by a length and a quarter, and the Aeronaut on the inside is fourth by 2. Quick Card is fifth by 4 lengths. That's Majestic Light racing next, followed by Close to Noon. On the outside, Great Contractor, Mackenzie Bridge, and Molyneux is 10th. Down the backstretch and to the 5/8 pole, it's Bold Forbes in front now by 2, and Best Laid Plans closes the gap and now moves to challenge. Bold Forbes in front by a length and a half. Best Laid Plans second, a gap of 8 lengths back to Play the Red third by 2.5. Aeronaut is fourth. That's Great Contractor, who has now moved into 5th position. On the outside, Majestic Light is 6th. Quick Card is 7th. Molyneux is 8th. After that, it's Mackenzie Bridge 9th, and Close to Noon is 10th as the field moves to the 3/8 pole. Bold Forbes now draws away to lead by 3. Best Laid Plans is second by 5, and Play the Red takes over 3rd position on the inside as Great Contractor closes boldly on the far outside, now 4th. Majestic Light also moving up in the middle of the racetrack as the field turns for home. There's a 1/4 of a mile to the finish. It's Bold Forbes showing the way by 5 lengths. lengths. Great Contractor on the outside is second at this point. Play the Red drops back to be third. Mackenzie Bridge flying on the outside is fourth. There's an eighth of a mile to the finish. Bold Forbes has the lead by 4. Great Contractor second ahead on the outside. Mackenzie Bridge past the 16th pole. Bold Forbes has the lead. Here comes Mackenzie Bridge. Great Contractor third. Bold Forbes, Mackenzie Bridge.